Hello everyone, my name is Jena Reddy, a CSC data science student at IRA Hyderabad. In this video, I'm going to explain about graph structure learning from unlabeled data for early outbreak detection. Graph or network structure, for example, an outbreak might spread via person-to-person contact. In the typical graph-based event detection problem, we are given a graph structure G equals to V comma E and a time series of observed counts for each graph node Vi and must detect connected subgraphs in which the recently observed counts are significantly higher than expected. Assuming that the graph structure is known, we can use various graph-based event detection methods to detect anomalous subgraphs. 1 to 3a standard approach is to maximize the log likelihood ratio statistic f s of equals to log of and into pr of, that is data hs 10 of pr of data h over connected subgraphs s. For example, we can compute the expectation based Poisson scan statistic, which assumes Poisson distributed case counts and a uniform multiplicative increase over the affected subgraph as fs of equals to or plus of c b log 1 of cb minus less than greater than c brackets of b, in which the observed and expected counts are aggregated over subgraph S and denoted as C and B respectively. Maximizing f of S over connector subgraphs is computationally challenging, but the GraphScan algorithm can optimize f of S efficiently and exactly, scaling to graphs an order of magnitude larger than the previously proposed FlexScan approach, while outperforming heuristic approaches such as upper level sets. In many cases, however, the network structure is unknown. For example, the spread of disease may be influenced by latent commuting patterns. Assuming an incorrect graph structure can result in less timely and less accurate event detection because the affected area may be disconnected and therefore may not be identified as an anomalous subgraph. In such cases, learning the correct graph structure has the potential to dramatically improve detection performance. Thus, our goal is to learn a graph structure that minimizes detection time and maximizes accuracy when used as an input for event detection. Several recent methods learn an underlying graph structure using labeled training data. However, in many cases, labeled data is unavailable. For example, public health office officials might be aware that an outbreak has been occurred by but might not know precisely but which areas are affected and when. Hence, we can focus on learning graphing structure from unlabeled data, or which the affected subset of nodes for each training example is not given, and we observe only the observed and expected counts at each node. Graph learning framework. Our framework was for graph learning takes as input a set of training examples d1 to dj, assuming to be independently drawn from the sum distribution d. For each example, dj represents a different snapshot of the data for when an event is assumed to be occurring in some subset of nodes that are connected in the true or unknown underlying graph structure gt. For example, dj we are given the observed count xi and an expected count mu I for each graph node vi I equals to 1 to n. We assume that each training example dj has an unobserved set of affected nodes sj t, that is a connected subgraph of gt. Unaffected nodes v s I j sigma t are assumed to have counts xi drawn belongs t are assumed to have counts xi drawn from some distribution with mean mu I, whereas the affected nodes vsij belongs to T are assumed to have higher counts. Given these training examples, we have three main goals. Accurately estimate the true underlying graph structure GT. Given a separate set of test examples D1 to DJ drawn from D, identify the affected subgraphs S. JT accuracy of detection is measured by the averaged overlap coefficient between the true and identified subgraphs. Distinguish test examples drawn from D from examples with no affected subgraph of S equals to pi. JT detection power is measured by the true positive rate for a fixed false positive rate. A key insight of our graph learning framework is to evaluate the quality of each graph structure GM with M edges by comparing the most anomalous subsets detected with and without the graph constraints. For a given training example DJ, we can use the fast subset scan to identify the highest scoring unconstrained subset equals to subset SF argument max S J S V star which score Fj equals to f of j into j star. This can be done efficiently in linear rather than exponential time because expectation based scan statistics satisfy the linear time subset scanning property. We can use graph scan to compute the highest scoring connected subgraph. That subset SFMG argument max of SSV SSG VSG star connected in M with score FMG equals to f of SMG. We then compute the mean normalized score if g of equals to 1 of norm m sigma j equals to 1 to a certain number. FMJ FJ averaged all over J trainings examples as a measure of graph quality. Intuitively, if a given graph GM is similar to GT, then the maximum connected subgraph score FMG will be close to the maximum unconstrained subset score FJ for many training examples, and FG of norm M will be close to 1. On the other hand, if graph GM is missing essential connections, we expect the values of FMJ to be much lower than the corresponding FJ, and Fg of norm M will be much lower than 1. Additionally, we would expect a graph GM with higher scores FMG on the training examples to have higher power to detect future events drawn from the same underlying distribution. However, any graph with a large number of edges will also score close to the maximum unconstrained score. For example, if graph GM is the complete graph of n nodes, then Fg of norm m equals to 1. Such under constrained graphs result in reduced detection power. Thus, we wish to optimize the trade-off between a higher mean normalized score and a lower number of edges m. Our solution is to compare the mean normalized score of each graph structure GM to the distribution of mean normalized scores for the random graphs with the same number of edges m and choose the graph with the most significant score given this distribution. Learning graph structure algorithm. Considering the mean normalized score Fg norm m of 1j f sigma j 1 to mj fj equals to as a measure of graph quality, we can search for the graph GM with the highest mean normalized score. However, it is computationally infeasible to search exhaustively overall 2VV1 graphs. Even computing the mean normalized score of a single graph GM could require a substantial amount of computation time because it requires calling a graph-based event injection method such as GraphScan to find the highest score connected subgraph for each training example DJ. We refer to this call as best subgraph GM, DJ. For a given graph structure GM and training example DJ, here we instantiate the best subgraph using this GraphScan algorithm. For a comparison of other alternatives, see our previous work. Thus, we propose learning graph structure LGS, a greedy framework for the efficiently learning graph structure. LGS starts with the complete graph on end nodes and subsequently removes edges with until no edges remain. See figure 1. For each graph GM, we produce graph GM1 by considering all impossible edge removals and choosing the one that maximizes the mean normalized score, which we refer to as best edge GM, D. Once we have obtained the sequence of graphs GO to GM, we can then use randomization testing to choose the most significant graph GM as described earlier. The idea is to remove unnecessary edges while preserving essential connections that keep the maximum connected subgraph score close to the maximum unconstrained subset score for many training examples. However, a naive implementation of greedy search would require O and 4 calls to base subgraph because O and 2 graph structures GM1 would be evaluated for the each graph GM to choose the next edge for removal. Even the sequence of random edge removals would require O into calls to base subgraph to evaluate each graph GO to GM. As it is described in our previous work, our efficient graph learning framework improves on both of these bounds, performing exact or approximate greedy search with ON3 or ON log n calls to base subgraph respectively. The key insight is that for a given graph, GM and example DJ, only O and ON2 candidate edge removals connects the highest scoring subgraph S. Just for the remaining edges, we know equals to I minus SMJ1, MJ star star, and do not need to the call base subgraph. To implement base SGM, comma D, you know the greedily choosing the edge that maximizes the mean normalized score for each graph GM could still be prohibitively expensive. Thus, we consider a faster but approximate pseudo-greedy approach that uses the fact that Fm minus 1, J equals to Fmj. If removing edge it does not disconnect the subgraph SMJ and Fm minus 1, J less than Fmj otherwise. Thus, we count the number of subgraphs SMJ star for J equals to 1 to J, which would be disconnected by removing each possible edge from graph GM, and we choose the egg that disconnects the fewest subgraphs. The resulting graph GM1 is expected to have a mean normalized score FG norm M1, which is close to FG norm with M since Fn1 J equals to Fmj for many subgraphs, but the approach does not guarantee that the graph GM1 with highest mean normalized score will be found. However, because we choose the edge hike for which with the fewest subgraphs SMG star are disconnected, and only need to call base subgraph for those example DJ will be where removing a disconnects SMJ. We are choosing the edge egg that requires the fewest calls to the base subgraph for the each subgraph GM. This results in only O and log n calls to base subgraph instead of O and 3. For the exact greedy method, to avoid removing potentially more important edges, we use correlation to break ties. If two edge removals egg disconnect the same number of subgraphs, the edge with the lower correlation is removed. The intuition is that if two nodes are connected by an edge in the latent graph, then we expect both nodes to be simultaneously affected or unaffected by the event. As our associated technical report shows, our result demonstrated that the graph structures learned by LGS are similar to the true underlying graph structure, capturing nearly all of the two edges, but also adding some additional edges. The resulting graph achieves a similar spatial overlap coefficient between two undetected clusters. Interestingly, the learned graph often has better detection power than the true underlying graph, enabling more timely detection of outbreaks. We believe this is because the learning procedure is designed to capture not only the underlying graph structure but the characteristics of the event that spreads over the graph. Our ongoing work focuses on extending the graph structure learning framework in several directions, including learning graph structures with the directed rather than undirected edges, learning graphs with the weighted edges, and learning dynamic graphs where the edge structure can change over time. Our current approach does not rely on temporal information, using only the observed and expected counts at each node to compute correlations and to identify the highest scoring connected subgraph for each combination of graph structure and learning example. To learn directed edges within our general structure learning framework, we plan to incorporate this temporal information by considering cross correlations between each pair of nodes and incorporating a new variant of graphs that can detect dynamic patterns on graphs while enforcing constraints on temporal consistency. So figure 1. So here is the format of the LGS, Learning Graph Structure Framework. So first point is compute correlation PIK between each pairs of nodes. Vi and Vk I is not equals to k to be used in step 5. Compute the highest scoring constraint subset Sj star and its core Fj for each example Dj using the fast subset scan. So the formula is m equals to n of n minus 1 by 2, and using while number of remaining edges m greater than 2, choose h equals to best edge and set gm minus 1 equals gm with ak mode for each training example dj2. If removing edge ik disconnect subgraph smj star, then smj star, then set smj star minus 1 sm minus 1 star comma j equals to base graph subgraph of gm minus 1 comma dj, and fm minus 1 comma j equals to f of s star m minus 1 comma j. Otherwise, sets s star m minus 1 comma j equals to s star mj and f minus m minus 1 comma j equals to fmj. So repeat steps 3 through 10 for an R randomly generated sequence of edge removals to find the most significant graph GM. So figure 2 is about comparison of detection performance of the true and learned graphs for injects based on zip code adjacency. The graphs learned by the LGS achieve more time detection than the true graph while maintaining a comparable spatial overlap coefficient. Figure 3 is about comparison of detection performance of the true, learn, and adjacency graphs for injects based on adjacency with simulated travel patterns. The graphs learned by LGS achieved more timely detection than the true graph or assuming an incorrect graph. The adjacency graph in the case, while maintaining a comparable spider overlap coefficient. Thank you.